If you can't explain it to a child, you don't know it. Today in this video, I'm going to show you what simplicity means and how you can operationalize everything that you do and turn all of those activities into winning actions. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Erkka Suvanto. Some of you call me EJ. I'm the guy who's on social media building a legacy for my own kids and passing on all the life and business lessons. I've built 3 companies up to 5 million level all by myself so that you don't need to make the same mistakes. This is my weekly recap number 10. And today in this video, I wanted to give you guys an update on my marketing status. A couple of weeks ago, I launched my new business. I wanted to start coaching people, entrepreneurs, small business owners. I now have 4 clients, got my 5th one today. In the beginning, I told you that I would offer my services for free for up to 4 to 5 months to my new clients, making the offer so good that it's impossible to say no to. I'm willing to work without any compensation in the beginning, just to show you that I'm able to provide value. How am I doing it? Let's briefly summarize my steps. So talking about marketing. Who are my target customers? Small business owners. How am I doing it? How am I marketing my business? In 2 ways. I'm posting content on social media. And here YouTube long format videos are my bread and butter. And out of those long YouTube videos, I run shorts. I create shorter clips that I post on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. And this is number 1. And the number 2 method is that I contact people that I know. This is by making phone calls, texting, WhatsApp, face-to-face, talking about what I do. These 2 ways. Who, how, and what. What is the offer that I already mentioned? Willing to work for free. And the only thing I'm asking in return is feedback at the end of that 4 months. If you don't like working with me, if you think that I'm not providing value, that's fine. Just let me know so that I can be better down the road. If you do like what I'm offering, write a testimonial. Give me a review that I can use potentially on my website. And if you liked what you saw, plus you want to continue working with me, then we talk about compensation. This is how I was able to land 4, actually now 5 clients. Super excited. I've had meetings with pretty much all of them, with the exception of 1. That's going to happen next week. And I'm going to start working and let you guys know how it goes. Entrepreneurship is like playing basketball. You can read 100 books about Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant, but it's not the same. You just need to be on the field, on the court, doing that sport. Grab the ball, start throwing it, and get good at it. Entrepreneurship and running a business is the exact same thing. I go to a college, I can get a 4-year degree, and I get my master's degree on top of that. It's all theoretical. At some point, I just need to get my hands dirty and start doing things. That's how I ramp up my learning curve. The way this is related to my business coaching is that, of course, these 4 or 5 clients are my first ever business coaching clients. So I've never really tested my theories in practice. I've done a lot of studying, I've done a lot of reading, I have plenty of material and notes, but nothing comes even close to those actual conversations with the clients. That's when I get to see if I'm truly able to convey the message in a clear and precise, plus simple way to those people. Because if you think about it, it's so easy to tell people to be this or that, but we don't truly know it if we can't explain it to a child in a very simple way. And those same instructions that we give to our clients, if we can't attach them to exact behavior and concrete actions, then we don't know it ourselves. I'll give you an example. I had a conversation with my client about how to prioritize things. I could just be very generic and tell him or her that, hey, you need to be able to prioritize, because now I can see that you have a lot of things going on, but you don't know how to say no. But it doesn't really add any value to that person unless I can break it down into behavior. And what that means in practice is that I need to be able to tell my client that, look, this is how you prioritize. You take your calendar and we rank all of your items on your calendar between 1 2, and 3 as far as priority order goes. And then we put them in different buckets. And then we say no to everything that is not absolutely critical. What is that makes the most money right now? That's the first step. And then we start saying no, and then we create different days for maker and manager tasks. So that's an example of being able to break down that high level piece of advice down to concrete behavior level actions. So this was a big aha moment for me when I realized that everything that I talk about has to be something that I can explain to a child or be able to break down to concrete behavior level actions. If I can't do it, I should not be talking about it because it means that I don't know the topic well enough. So I guess this is my advice to everybody out there too, that be careful who you listen to. Audit your inner circle. Don't just take generic coaches who give you generic advice. You need to be able to get very detailed level instructions as far as how to improve your life and how to make your business better. Everything can be operationalized. It might sound boring to have a checklist, to have a list of items to do, but that's how it works. Because we need to be able to make our daily activities as predictable as possible. It's not about just throwing stuff at the wall and see what sticks. It's about target shooting. Yes, we need to first create a lot of volume so that we know where the system breaks so that we can fix it. But the long-term goal is always quality over quantity. What do winning actions look like in real life then? If I go back and look at my own life, and let's say fitness is probably a good example. I've been training for 31 years and I've been able to get some stuff done, right? Get stronger, gain some muscle, and be able to stay in the game for 30 plus years. So I must have done something right. If I go back and analyze all my activities and actions regarding fitness, what's the common theme there? There are 3 things that come to my mind. Everything that I've been good at, got really good results in, there have been 3 things related to them. Hard work. Number 2, doing it for a very long time. And because of 1 and 2, it becomes a routine. And routine is key because this means a repeatable process. If we think about a pilot, a captain, sitting in the cockpit, getting ready to take off with that gigantic 747. What is it that the captain does with the crew? They have a long checklist that they have to go through every single time. They never skip a step. Why? Because they've been able to document beforehand when the plane was designed and developed, manufactured and launched, what the winning actions look like. The captain knows exactly how to repeat the process in the most predictable and safe way. Business is exactly the same way. When it comes to marketing, when it comes to finance or any other area, we need to first understand what those winning actions look like. So then the next question is that how do we identify the winning actions? Let's do that next. And I'm going to pick marketing, whether we are running ads or posting social media content as an example. So running ads. How do I know what winning actions look like? Step number 1, analyze all your content. Step number 2, identify your top 20% performing ads. What is common between them? Step number 3, list all those items. Step number 4, create a checklist based on these best performing, very detailed level features or things that made these particular ads perform so well. And steps 1 and 2 require a lot of time and a lot of effort. Let's say if I look at my social media content, it would take me a lot of time to analyze all of those, See, okay, what does the thumbnail look like? What about the caption? What about the text? What about the lighting? What about the way I'm presenting things? There are a lot of variables. There could be 50 or 60 different variables that I need to check. So it would take a lot of time for me to go through all the videos. But then once I've done that work, I've been able to identify those success factors that made certain videos perform better than the others. And once I've done that, then I create my checklist based on that. First, I take all the data, look at top 20% when it comes to the best performing videos or ads in this case. Then I list all those items that based on my analysis made these videos or these ads so successful. And then I turn those requirements into my checklist. The same way Boeing created that 747 takeoff checklist for the captain to be successful, to eliminate all the clouds, all the question marks, leave very little for interpretation. Yes, the weather changes. Yes, there is this and that. Plenty of things that could happen. But the key here is to make that process as predictable as possible and simple at the same time. That's how we create winning actions that are predictable and provide those results down the road. Another thing that came up in my client meetings: what's the difference between good and great? One way to look at it is simplicity versus complexity. Instead of thinking about how many things you can add to your daily routine, why don't you think about what you can take away from your calendar? What is that I don't need to do anymore to simplify my life? In software business, there's this saying that in order to be successful, you need to make every detail perfect. And in order to make those details perfect, you can only have a few of them. Simplicity. So pick your battles. That's what Apple did. They first of all tested their products among children. And instead of adding features, they approached things differently. They wanted to see what is that we can take away. And this is something that we oftentimes neglect and forget when creating new businesses and new products, because we are so excited. We want to add a lot of complexity because we would just want to by default make the product or the service better. But we don't always understand that when we add that complexity and all those features on top of each other, we actually are making the product or the service worse in the eyes of the paying customer. Think about it this way. If you have 10 sweaters in your closet, my old ones don't look that good anymore. What should you do? Should you buy 5 new ones so that you have 15 sweaters in the closet, or get rid of at least 5 or 6? Business is no different. It's always first about simplicity, and that's why it's so hard. In my real estate business, I had to deal with building inspectors, city architects all the time. And I would say one of the biggest problems overall is that natural tendency is to add complexity. Because I believe that very few people are so competent that they understand the value chain and the product or the service well enough so that they can say with confidence that these are the things that we don't need anymore. But that's where the true value add lies. How can we reduce complexity, make things more simple, and as a result, more valuable for our customers? This is one of the things that I'm going to highlight to my clients as well. These were all the topics for this week. I'm going to be traveling next week, so you will get the next updates from Spain. Hopefully the weather is great. It's Sunday night now. I will post this video as soon as possible. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed my content. Again, if you like it, please hit the subscribe and the like button. I would highly appreciate it. And send me your comments. Thank you.